for him to leave. I don't want to pump his tires too much. Yeah, I mean, obviously that's what stars do, right? He had an amazing game, and yeah, it's fun to watch, and he's obviously stepping up and had the letter on tonight, so it was fun, and that's what leaders do, and he's doing a great job of it, and hopefully continues to do the right things like that.
How much is it also with him? I mean, he had a lot of put on his shoulders at the age of 18, and just growing into the league, growing into his game, growing into everything.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's a lot of guys in the league that could say they've had the same experiences, as he has. Obviously, he's got a lot more pressure than a lot of people in this league, and you wouldn't know it if you were on the team with him. He's, fun to be around in the locker room, and one of the hardest workers. So it's obviously contagious, and no, he doesn't let anybody know, and that's what the best guys do, and he's really, obviously coming into his own right now.
But you got started today. How would you describe your goal?
I don't know. I feel like I've been whiffing on a lot of pucks, and like I said, you pray for those opportunities that the puck finds you at the right place, and sometimes it does, and it's just not going in, and you got to continue to try to play the right way, and bear down, and a couple guys made really some nice plays there, and I was fortunate to have it come to me in the slot there.
You guys have points in the last 6 games. How different does this feel right now?
It's awesome. I mean, you try not to dwell too much on the past, obviously, but I think guys have had a taste of both now, and they see how fun it is when you're winning and how contagious it is, and yeah, it's a completely different atmosphere in the locker room, and the young guys keep it light, and no, it's super fun to be around right now.
We talked this morning about you being primarily a center tonight. How do you feel like that went?
I don't know. I mean, I think I got to watch some of the clips, obviously. I think, structural-wise, good. I think I could do, obviously, better on draws. I don't even know what I was at. Probably not very good, but I was taking a lot on my offside tonight, and, those are things that, it doesn't just happen overnight. You got to continue to, work on those, and, I'll be working on those after practice and, making sure I'm doing those right things. But, like I said, I like to be a guy that, can be put in different spots in different situations, and, that's what the lineup needs right now. So I want to be, reliable, and hopefully I can continue to, be structural-wise good, but also, win some face-offs.
It seemed like it was a tough game to get any flow, at least through the first 2 periods. Did it feel like that way to you guys, and maybe that them tying it kind of sparked you guys early in the third to, okay, let's get her going here?
Yeah, maybe. I think that, you got to be on every night. It's an everyday league. I think, obviously we're feeling good, and all that stuff's great in the locker room, and all the, fun things that come with winning, right? But I think it's not just, you can't dwell on the past, right? If we lost tonight, I think the feeling in the locker room would be obviously very much different. Mm-hmm. And I think guys are understanding that you have to do it every night. It's not just one night and you have a good night and you can kind of sit back and relax. Like, teams are too good in this league, and obviously they came back and put a good effort in. And I think the difference is we're stepping up after that and continuing to push and not sit back and find ways to win games.
Dating back to last year, it feels like there's been a lot of incidents with the Flames in terms of questionable hits and rough stuff. Is there some tension in this rivalry right now?
I don't know. It's so hard to say, right? Obviously, there's been things that have happened, but, obviously, I think, that's up for a lot of those other guys to watch the videos, watch that. I didn't even see the hit. I just, saw what happened after. And, it's tough, but, they're a team that plays hard. Obviously, they're, struggling a little bit, and things can get nasty pretty quickly, and I think guys aren't shying away from it right now, and I think that's great for us, but we've got to continue to find ways to win games and continue to play nasty too, and yeah, it's definitely fun to be a part of, but you got to be careful at the same time.